And, man, I think we gave up one field goal the last 6 minutes of the game. I was just telling the guys before I came over here that we held that team to 9 field goals in the second half. And they had 22 for the game. That has to be our formula for winning, defending and rebounding. And I was proud of the win. Obviously my first win as an interim head coach. I told the guys I appreciate the celebration in the water, but let's be clear. This is the last time we're going to do this unless we win the championship. Okay, we're not going to be throwing water and celebrating every time we get a win. Winning is hard. Yes, I like winning, but the big water celebrations, I'm okay with that because I don't like being cold. And me and Jay was having a little fun going back and forth with each other about me being cold. But, it was good. The Georgia State game, we played well. We started off well. I think we was up kind of, 8-2, I think. We got up 8-2, started off the game. Trail hit a jump shot. Then we hit a three. Kind of had them going because they came in reeling. And then the bottom just kind of fell out on us. We let our offense dictate our defense where we couldn't make shots. Then get back in transition, and Georgia State just kind of took advantage of that. Just watching tape, our guys, we played hard in some spots, and then we just kind of just fell flat. And I told the guys that we have to defend and rebound every chance we get. We can't have non-negotiables on defending and rebounding. I can take missing shots, a bad turnover here or there, but defending and rebounding, there's no discussion about that. So we talked to the guys, we learned from it, we watched film on it this morning, and we're moving forward with Old Dominion on Thursday.
If you take away Georgia State game before that, 3 or 4 games before that, what were y'all doing better on defense, and what was the reason behind playing better? Because early on, you weren't playing a lot of defense. Right? And like the 3 or 4 games before Saturday, what was the difference?
Well, just really locking in on the small details of the game. Just getting guys to understand that we're really not going to outscore people like that. I'm kind of old school where you got to defend and rebound. That's how I was taught. That's how I was raised as a player and as a coach, just learning along the way. And we just locked in on taking away team strengths, trying to force them to their weaknesses, keeping the ball in front, making people shoot contested jump shots, and just trying to just make them uncomfortable, and obviously rebounding the ball, which kind of been an issue all year for us because we're a smaller team than most teams on any given night. But just those little things.
But how much of it has been that Mustafa, for a while there, looking like he's more effective defending in the mid and the post than he is on the front?
Well, we try to allow Mo to use his quickness on the defensive side of the ball because he's a big, strong guy. He has a great build, great body for his size. He's not a naturally 4-man post player, but we try to give him some help with coming doubling some from the post, from the backside, and we just tell him, Mo, use your quickness. Use your quickness to get around guys, and we're going to give you some support and help if a bigger, stronger guy, try to post you up.
Is that going to be some of the offensive stuff? He's been kind of more aggressive the last few games. Is that a point of emphasis to try and get Mo going more early on in the game?
Absolutely. Like I said, we're playing him. We're kind of playing small ball if you look at it, playing Mo as a 4. And he loves to get down here and drive, and he's one of the best that I've seen him just getting downhill and finishing. Some of them layups he takes, I kind of cringe, and I said, okay, all right, okay, he made that one, but then he come in and he might miss one. But, yeah, that's kind of the game plan. Going into games, we look at matchups and seeing who we can attack and who we can't attack. And Mo, on most nights, is going to have a matchup that's favorable for him on the offensive side because he's a natural guard, and with his quickness and his speed, able to get around players, we look to exploit that matchup.
Do you feel like you've kind of settled in now a few games into being the head coach? Is that still new for you?
It's still kind of new, just adjusting to new roles. I had to move my seat up on the bus to sitting by the bus driver up there by Coach Murphy and Coach Harden because I kind of sat like 3 seats back from them. But it's, I'm settled in. My dad was a longtime coach, and I kind of learned from him. I had great coaches and mentors along the way, so this kind of prepared me for, this opportunity. So I'm kind of settled in.
Is it going to be more difficult from here on out? How much of what took place Thursday to Saturday to play the kind of defense you want on a Saturday as opposed to a Thursday, especially on the road?
Well, I've been preaching to the guys mental toughness. We got to be the mentally tough team every night, and that's how we got to approach it. Playing on the road, obviously, you don't have fans. It's just the traveling party. Jay Walker and a couple friends who might come, alumni who might come, but that's it. So we got to be the mentally tough team every night, and it's repetition for us, defense and rebounding. Today in practice, that's the theme of practice today: defend and rebound. Got to defend and rebound. If you don't do it, we'll do it again. Defend and rebound. And guys understand where we coming from as a staff with defending and rebounding and knowing what it takes to win. Because if you guys go back and look at all the great teams, the Alabama teams in football, the UConn women's team of basketball, South Carolina women's basketball team, those championship teams were elite defensively. Elite. So the championship team we had with Jordan Brown and Greg Williams on that team, I think we gave up like 60 points a game in the Sun Belt Conference tournament. I think Georgia Southern scored like 49 points. Texas State had like maybe 60. I don't even think they got to 50, I don't think. South Alabama, we held them to under their average. So that's what we've been preaching to the guys. Defense win championships.
What do you do with this game, which, early on y'all were struggling, and even the McNeese game, you played well, you just didn't win. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, this game kind of reminds me of what was going on in November. Right. So what do you do with this game, like as a coach and team?
Well, I didn't watch the tape probably 4 times since we played it. I was hoping it was going to change, but it didn't change. But we got to learn from it. We can't run away from it. It is what it is. We took it on the chin. We got our humble pie. We got to learn from it. And like I told the guys, I say, don't take this as we getting on you, we putting you down. No, we want you guys to learn from this and move forward. Let's get better from this. And we did some good things. We didn't make no shots. And we let our inability of making shots dictate our defensive side of the game, which can't happen. In order to get you a chance to win, you got to defend. So we're going to learn from this, and we're going to move forward, and we're going to get to work today in practice and these next upcoming days and get ready for ODU.
Coach, what about the way the guys have been working in practice gives you confidence to know that the defense will continue to tighten up down the stretch?
Well, the guys know that I come from a defensive background, and they know if you ain't playing defense, Coach Z probably ain't gonna play you. And I tell them that. I be straight up with them and tell them that, guys, you got to buy in. That's the only way we have a chance to win is defend and rebound. Golden State Warriors, all them years, they was winning those championships. Go back and look at the records. They was the number 1 defensive team in the league. Those years, even when they had Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant had the guard. So that's what I've been preaching to the guys. And in practice, that's what we get reps. Everybody getting reps. We got to do it right. Got to defend right, because you can't take shortcuts. And, I don't say we took shortcuts against Georgia State. It's just, like I said, we let our inability to make shots dictate our ability to continue to defend and kind of got down on ourselves. And that's kind of where the league kind of got away from us.
What do you know? You seem like these games this weekend are very important. Right? You want to not just get in Saturday, but you want to develop some momentum and some consistency. Mm-hmm. So talk about the matchups if you kind of scouted them yet, and also just how important is it for this weekend to have some success and to move forward.
Well, ODU is coming in. They one of the top rebounding teams in the country. They average like 18 offensive rebounds a game. They got one kid that is 55 offensive rebounds. I don't even think we have 4 or 5 guys with a combined 55 offensive rebounds. So we've been stressing to the guys that the number one thing, we have to box out. We have to keep this team off the glass, because they're like an old school Houston team that we all know how good Houston is going to rebound the ball. They're going to throw it up on that glass and they're going to go get it. They got one kid, Robert Davis Jr., who's averaging 14 points a game. He had 32, if I'm not mistaken, against Monroe in their overtime win early in the year. So he can really get hot and he can really shoot the ball. And they got a very good freshman point guard that I think is one of the best point guards in the league as a freshman, in Johnson. So we're going to have our hands full on Thursday. We got to do some different things for us, like taking Davis out of the game and doing some different things, rebounding the ball. But it's just going to all come down to mindset. How bad you want it. Who's going to be the toughest team. So that's what we've been stressing to our guys since we kind of met this morning before they went to go lift weights and before we get ready to practice.